Okay, Joe. So we are going to start with the wonderful, fabulous Joe Davidian, who is going to play some music for us now. I hope he's been having some wonderful concerts on the internet, and I hope everybody will stay posted because he just did a wonderful one on Duke Ellington, and we're waiting for that to come up soon. So without further ado, let's hear Joe.
Thanks so much, Cantor. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I decided tonight I would do a little autumn program, so I'm going to do Autumn Nocturne by Kim Gannon and Joseph Myro, followed by Autumn Leaves, Joseph Cosma composition, and then Autumn in New York, of course, because here we are. So I hope you enjoy. And then I'll close the set, of course, with a beautiful folk song, Rise and Shine. So I hope you enjoy. Shabbat Shalom.
you, Joe. Oh, that was terrific. Really, really wonderful. And now that was really, really super. Anybody who knows why the last song that Joe played was that particular song that he played, go ahead and post it in the chat. And in the meantime, we are going to start Shabbat services. How wonderful and good it is that we are all together. Okay, I'm looking in the chat. Nobody got it yet. Yay! Let's hear it for Bruce. It is Parshat Noach this week, the Noah story. And that is why Joe is playing Rise and Shine. Yanananai hine matov. Yanananai umanai. Yanananai shevet achim. Shevet achim kam yachad. Yainai yanananai hine matov. Yanananai umanai. Yanananai shevet achim. Shevet achim kam yachad. Light up the world, oh brothers and sisters, together with peace and love. Bring light to the world, oh sisters and brothers, and sing Hine Matov. Yai-lai-lai, yada-la-lai, Hine Matov. Yada-la-la-lai, Umanai. Yada-la-la-lai, Shevet Achim. Shevet Achim, Gam Yachad. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. With such a joyous beginning, we go with a joyous night tonight. So many good things happening that we can share and draw strength from each other. Tonight, we are taking ourselves back a few months to the holiday of Shavuot. Shavuot's the holiday when we received the 10 Commandments, but we didn't receive our confirmation class that night, as we typically do each year. You might have heard there's a little medical thing going on in the world that had us delay it for a little while. But here we are, and we're going to do it tonight because we have 5 amazing confirmands this year, and we want to make sure not to delay their celebration and their life. So throughout our service, our confirmation students will be leading some of our liturgy. They will be sharing a sermonette, a short reflection on something relating to them in Judaism. They'll be helping us with our Torah service, and we'll be sharing great blessings with them. So mazel tov in advance to our confirmation students and their parents and all of their family who are able to join us tonight over Zoom. As we welcome everybody on our YouTube link and our Zoom, we have other great celebrations to come. Tomorrow morning is Raphael Feldman Blosser's bat mitzvah, and she'll be holding it at her other synagogue, Malchut. She shares synagogue attendance at 2 different places, and we're thrilled to have her and her family here with us tonight as part of our service. And so Christopher, Shara, Eli, Jacob, and Raphael will help lead us in our candles and our Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehad yikner shel shalom.
Amen. And now for our Kiddush. And if you wish, you can rise for this too.
Start.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsha b'levav ratzon hinkilanu zikaron l'maaseh bereshit kelu yom tefila l'mikraya kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim Kilanu v'ahavta v'yotanu kidashta Mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha v'ahav u'ratzon nimchatanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Amen. L'chaim.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamivorach. Baruch Adonai hamivorach. Leolam va'ed. Baruch Adonai hamivorach. Leolam va'ed.
If you're standing, you could take a seat as we invite our first confirmand, Samara Byers, to share with us.
This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai hamara'iv ara'im.
You can go ahead, Samara, with your speech. You're muted, Samara.
I thought I unmuted myself. I'm sorry. Throughout confirmation, we haven't. Am I still muted? Oh no. Okay. Throughout confirmation, we have not only learned about the meaning of being Jewish, but we have also discovered what it means to us. To me, being Jewish means having a community to go to. Similar to many of you, the temple provides a welcoming community for us. More specifically, I find my community in Toffee. Every Wednesday, I get to be a part of the Toffee community. I've been in Toffee for 3 years now, and it has been my favorite part of the week. Every session, no matter how bad my week has been, at Toffee, I'm able to put it all behind me and find a reason to smile and be happy. Though not everyone in confirmation is in Toffee, some of my peers were able to have the same experiences as me. Over the course of the pandemic, Toffee had to go virtual, just like everything else. Throughout this time, the community has been able to become stronger and continue to play games together online or just talk about common interests. We even were able to maintain Toffee over the course of the summer, something we have never done before. Not only has Toffee helped me understand what a true Jewish community is, but it has inspired me to make new friends and to establish a family at Temple. Every week in Toffee, we do something we call highs and lows, where we go in a circle and share our good and bad parts of the past week or the week to come. This little interaction allows the members to become closer and listen as well and relate to our struggles and our strengths. Every little part of Toffee has helped me understand what it means to be Jewish and have a Jewish community of my own.
Now we rise for the Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated. Sharing our Via Hafta is our bat mitzvah, Raphael.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה, אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושינתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך. ושרתם להיות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וטבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים אלוהיהם. אני אדוני אלוהיהם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות להם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיהם.
Adonai Elohechem Emet. Thank you, Raphael. Our next confirmation student is Sammy Levine.
For my entire life, I've loved soccer. I've been playing since I was 4 in the Little League, and now I'm on my high school varsity team. I love soccer because it brings joy to me and unites people all over the world. I went to 6 Point Sports Academy for 3 years. This would have been my 4th, but unfortunately, the pandemic canceled that. That camp has soccer and Judaism, which are 2 very important aspects in my life. My teams in New York City are not Jewish. There's only one other Jewish person on my high school team. In 6 Points, everyone is Jewish, so we all have something in common. Our teammates and friends are at Shabbat on Friday and Saturday. I have a personal, different connection with the people there because I'm Jewish. I also connect with people in confirmation because we're Jewish. Camp, confirmation, temple, all of this would not have happened if I was not Jewish. In the future, I will have a special connection with people and I will share Jewish values and what's meaningful to me, them.
Thank you, Sammy. Samuel, we're going to continue with Mi Chamocha, our Song of Miracles.
ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
Our next confirmand is Betty Rose Epstein.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukkot shalom aleinu, ve'akol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. To me, being Jewish means having a community and a support system that will always be there. Here at the synagogue, everybody is kind to each other and helps others when needed. 3 years ago, when I was diagnosed with leukemia, the people here never failed to make sure I was okay and always sent prayers my way. I feel extremely lucky to be healthy and okay now, but the moment that really made me feel normal again was my bat mitzvah. April 13th, 2019 was the day. It was the day that opened my eyes, making me realize I had survived such a horrible illness. Although it was not the original date I had planned, it was still just as amazing an experience. My service and party were filled with my closest friends and family, and even though not everybody there was Jewish, it was still Judaism that brought us all together. That special day allowed me to see my entire family again and celebrate me progressing past cancer and into the next part of my life. And for that, I will forever be extremely grateful. I know that as I continue my life, I will always have this community to support me no matter what. Being here at the synagogue has taught me to cherish my relationships with people and respect everybody for who they are. We all have our own unique stories and futures, but we will forever be connected through Judaism.
Thank you, Betty Rose. We continue now with the Tefillah, our central section of the worship. And if you're comfortable, please rise.
Adonai, Adonai, Sifatai Tiftach, Ufi Agid, Tehilatecha, Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim וכל הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה, אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל, אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשלי עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Read together with me in English. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Please be seated. Our next confirmand is Lawrence Brown.
May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh Shabbat. I've been at the Reformed Temple of Forest Hills since I was 3 years old, so I had the rare opportunity to grow up at Temple. On the first day of Hebrew school, I walked in with so much pride, and of course, I was the kid in the class that talked the most. That trait stuck with me for a long time, probably to about 6th grade. In some classes, I still have that trait today. Almost 4 years ago, a very special person was welcomed into our temple. His name is Alvin. Alvin is the most caring, selfless person you will ever meet. About a year ago, Alvin and I were having a conversation, and he said something about me that was really an aha moment. He said, "It is amazing to see the way you are growing up." That's the first time I realized that I grew up here. I grew up at RTFH, and the only other place I have had the opportunity to do that is my camp, where I also have had an amazing Jewish experience. For 6 years, I attended Camp Zeke in the Pocono Mountains. When I told my family what happened on the first day of camp, they couldn't believe it, but I walked into my cabin shy as ever. That doesn't sound like me at all. That day is also where I met my best friend, and his name is Alex. I never knew what it was like to have a person, but he is mine. I've grown up alongside him since I was 9 years old, and we're even greater friends now. We can disagree without, well, let's just leave it at that. Through it all, we have remained friends for 7 amazing years, and it's not a hope we stay that way for much more, because I know we will. The opportunity to go to camp and the opportunity to be at RTFH have led me to meet amazing people, and I would truly not stand where I am today without them all. So I want to say a thank you to everyone who helped me to get where I am now. Thank you. Most importantly, I want to thank Rabbi for allowing me into his office anytime I needed. The great life advice for my family and I, and being an important part of my childhood. I'm deeply grateful for you and everyone here. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Lawrence. Our next confirmand is Asher Eisaur.
God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth, which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha u'lecha na'el lahadot. What does being Jewish mean to you? When asked by the rabbi this question, many things rushed into my mind. Am I an avid reader of the Torah? Do I follow Jewish law and faith? Do I celebrate its holidays and eat its foods? Do I attend Friday and Saturday services? It's simply too difficult to attach a simple answer to this question. The term Jewish doesn't really have just one definition. I feel you yourself define what being Jewish is. Being Jewish in today's world isn't limited to theology and beliefs, but rather is a culmination of thousands of years of customs, traditions, language, and culture. To me personally, I think being Jewish is a part of my identity. I grew up in a non-observant Jewish household. I celebrated most Jewish holidays with my father's family and occasionally went to services. Additionally, when I was 13, I had my bar mitzvah. One of my most favorite times of the year is Hanukkah. Not only do I get to open presents and immerse myself into Jewish culture, but I'm also able to see my family and spend time with them. While my family is not very religious, Jewish values are deeply instilled within me. My father and my mother, who comes from an Asian background, both constantly stress the importance and value of education, repeatedly telling me that my number one job is to do well in school. Another additional Jewish value instilled within me is equality. I've been taught all my life that as a human population, we are to be treated equally, regardless of our skin tone, background, or our beliefs. As Jews ourselves, our history is scarred with oppression and exclusion. We should be the first ones to know the pain of not being treated equally. Being a Jew has also shaped my approach and attitude towards things. One of the most important things it has taught me is to be brave and to be proud. While it is important to note that socially the world has come a long way, we are still far from perfect. Racism and anti-Semitism are still very much present in our schools, our media, and all over the world. Through this, I've learned not to simply be belittled or pushed over, but to stand up for yourself, for others, and for your beliefs. As a minority, we should be proud of ourselves and not let anyone else tell us otherwise. Being Jewish to me isn't just one sentence. It's a culmination of things stemming from its extensive culture to its attitudes and beliefs. My background as a Jew has helped teach me and shape my identity into the person that I am today.
Thank you, Asher. We turn to prayer for peace, Shalom Rav. Join in singing along with Cantor from your own homes.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Ki Ata Melech Adon L'chol HaShalom. Ki Ata Melech Adon L'chol HaShalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. V'tov be'lecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Tasim Le'olam. Tasim Le'olam. Baruch atah Adonai, hamivarech et amo Yisrael, b'shalom.
As we continue with our own private prayers, perhaps this is a time when we can think how I've confirmands, how lucky we know our future will be with teenagers like this becoming to lead our world in the future. We do with our own private prayers.
Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom v'hamidenu shomreinu Sometimes I lay under the moon and thank God I'm breathing. And then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around. All my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more war, and our people will play. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. Sometimes I lay under the night and they bad I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more war, and our children will play. One day, 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 one day. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, V'hamidenu Shomreinu leChaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, V'hamidenu Shomreinu leChaim.
Thank you to Nathaniel for sharing so beautifully with us and making much music as we share a mashup of two beautiful Jewish tunes. We're going to continue with the Torah service now, but it's going to be a bit of a different sort of Torah service. First, we're not reading out of the Torah. We're not in the sanctuary right now, but we're still going to share Torah. So we're not going to do all the same rituals we typically do. But when we get to the Torah portion, we're going to be sharing the Torah portion, not from this week, Parshat Noach, but actually going to be sharing back to the portion from Shavuot, the Commandments, the 10 subject of the lessons. We have information this year, and it is the Torah portion that our confirmation students prepared to read in spring. And just like our B'nai Mitzvah students, we're not going to make them learn a whole new Torah portion because of COVID-19, to keep the same one they had prepared for previously. So we're going to continue with our Torah service as Cantor leads us in the way.
Mitzion, Tetzei Torah, Udvar Adonai Mirushalayim. Ki Mitzion, Tetzei Torah, Udvar Adonai Mirushalayim. Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Torah le'amo Yisrael. Baruch Shenatan Notan Torah L'Yisrael B'Kedushato Yitzion. Tetzei Torah, Udvar Adonai Mirushalayim. Ki Mitzion, Tetzei Torah, Udvar Adonai Mirushalayim.
There is a custom to stand when the commandments are read. There's also a custom to sit when the 10 commandments are read. Cantor and I had a big clergy, high-powered meeting about this, and we walked out of the meeting agreeing that this year we will stand for the 10 commandments. So we invite you to stand as our confirmation students are going to lead us in the Torah blessing all together And as all of you know who have been on Zoom, that's a little messy when we lead things all together, but we wanted all of them to have the honor of doing the Aliyah. So we continue now with the blessings over the Torah, and all of our confirmation students should unmute themselves, and then our Torah portion. 1, 2, well, we'll wait till everyone's spotlighted. Let's give it a second. I'm going too quickly. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Baruch
Adonai
Bara.
Baruch Adonai
Baruch le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai
Baruch
Hamelach
Adonai.
Baruch
Baruch
atah
atah
Adonai
Elohim
Elohim
melech
melech
haolam
haolam.
asher
asher
bachar
banu
Banu
mikol
ha'amim.
v'natanu
V'natanu
Torato
Baruch
Baruch
atah
atah
Adonai
Noten
Noten
HaTorah.
HaTorah.
Amen. Asher, you can lead the way.
Anochi Adonai Elchecha Asher Hotzetiha Me'eretz Mitzrayim Mibeit Avadim.
Lo yehiyeh lecha Elohim acheri al panai.
לא תעשה לך פסל וכל תמונה אשר בשמיים ממעל.
Va'asher ba'aretz mitachat Va'asher ba'mayim mitachat la'aretz
Lo tishtachaveh lahem velo ta'odim.
Anochi Adonai Elohecha Elkanah Poked Avon Avot Almanim Al Shileshim Ve'al Ribeim V'Sonai Ve'oseh Chesed La'alafim Ve'ohavai V'Shomrei Mitzvotai Lo Tisa Shem Adonai Elohecha Lashav Ki lo yinakeh Adonai et asher yisa et shemo lashav zachor et yom hashabbat lekodesho sheshet yamim ta'avod ve'asita chol melachtecha v'yom hashvi'i shabbat l'Adonai Elohecha lo taseh chol melacha אתה ובנך וביתך, עבדך ואדמתך ובהמתך וגרך אשר בשעריך כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, את הים ואת כל אשר בם וינח ביום השביעי. על כן בירך אדוני את יום השבת ויקדשהו. כבד את אביך ואת אמך למען יאריכון ימיך על האדמה אשר אדוני אלוהיך נותן לך. לא תרצח, לא תנאף, לא תגנוב, לא תענה ברעך עד שקר. לא תחמוד בית רעך, לא תחמוד אשת רעך, ועבדו ואמתו, ושורו וחמורו, וכל אשר לרעך.
Now, the English of the Ten Commandments. Asher, go ahead.
God spoke all these words, saying, I, the Eternal, am your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, the house of bondage. You shall have no other gods besides me.
You shall not make for yourself a sculptured image or any likeness of what is in the heavens above, or on the earth below, or in the waters under the earth. You shall not bow down to them or serve them, for I, the Eternal, your God, am an impassioned God, visiting the guilt of the parents upon the children, upon the third and upon the fourth generations of those who reject me.
but showing kindness to the 1000th generation of those who love me and keep my commandments. You shall not swear falsely by the name of the Eternal your God, for the Eternal will not clear one who swears falsely by God's name. Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy.
6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath of the Eternal your God. You shall not do any work, you, your son or daughter, your male or female slave, or your cattle, or the stranger who is within your settlements. For in 6 days the Eternal made heaven and earth and sea, and all that is in them, and then rested on the seventh day. Therefore the Eternal blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
Honor your father and your mother, that you may long endure on the land that the Eternal God is assigning to you. You shall not murder, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not steal, you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. You shall not covet your neighbor's house, you shall not covet your neighbor's wife, nor male, nor female slave, nor ox, nor ass, nor anything that is your neighbor's.
Okay, blessing after. 1, 2, 3.
Baruch
atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah
Emet
v'hayei
olam
natan
natan
b'tohenu
b'tohenu
Baruch
Baruch
atah
Adonai
Notei HaTorah.
Torah.
Amen. Mazel tov to all our confirmands. And now, in just a moment, we share together. You can all be seated, please. And we join together in our blessing of special moments and special times in honor of all of our confirmands, the Shehechianu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu b'zman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu b'zman hazeh. Amen.
Amen. As we're thinking of our Torah and our Torah time, we think of those who are in need of healing and hope, those who need our blessings in our lives each and every day. Our world is filled with so many people needing strength and love. And in our temple community, we're thinking of people, but you are too. And we invite you to put the names of people that you're thinking of, people who need our strength, into the chat so we can all see who needs our special love and attention. At the Temple of Forest Hills, we're especially thinking of Rabbi Meir Perlmutter, Elaine Wall, Helen Schloss, Rochelle Weinberg, Ronnie Heller, Jamie Stern, Joan Lipton, Arlene Green, Hans Alexander, Sadie Rosenkrantz, Elise Leibowitz, Roberta Traeger, Hazel Cohen, Jody Ann, Donald Levy, Doris Axelrod, Molly Neal, Terry Lynn, John Mish, Dr. Mark Burton, Liza Burlate. Add to these names that are filling our chat because much pain in this world, but we can bring strength to each other with our love. And so we offer this prayer of healing. Mishaberach Avotenu v'imotenu, Avraham Yitzhak v'Yaakov, Sarah Rivka, Rachel v'Leah, Hu Yivarech et hacholim. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit. And let us say, Amen. We symbolically end our Torah service with the words that we use to put our Torah back in the ark, but this time it's to put our hearts into the next stage in our service. Cantor, you're muted.
Eitz Chaim hi למחזיקים בה, ותומכך מאושר. Eitz Chaim hi למחזיקים בה, תומכך מאושר. דרכיה, דרכי נועם בכל נתיבותי השלום. דרכיה, דרכי נועם בכל נתיבותי השלום. Eitz Chaim hi למחזיקים בה, ותומכך מאושר. Eitz Chaim hi למחזיקים בה, ותומכך מאושר. השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובה. חדש ימינו, חדש ימינו ככרם. יאללה לי 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 לי, יאי לי יארה לי, יאי לי יאי ררה לי, יארה לי 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 לי, יאי לי יארה לי, יאי לי 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 לי.
Confirmation is a lot of time between our students and the rabbi, with the cantor joining in, but confirmation happens a lot because of the parents. Not just the parents who send their kids to confirmation or convince them to go or encourage them to go, but because of all the years that went up before it in religious school and bar and bat mitzvah and the lives they live at home. And so we want to recognize our parents who have helped their children have this day. And we're going to spotlight them all and then have them share in a blessing in honor of their children. So we need a second to get everybody up on the screen and unmuted. Let's wait. We only have two of us green. Let's get Dory and Abigail with Robert joining in. And Jenny and Matt Byers and Benjamin Epstein and Lon Cow Epstein. And Aaron Eisaur and Eisaur. And Meg Levine. Just because I didn't get a chance to ask you before services, do you all have the words to this prayer? Or do any of you need the words right now?
We're good.
Give me a thumbs down if you do not have the words. Thumbs down. Okay, so we're going to put the words up on the screen.
Oh.
So now we all have the words. Here we go. Take us away, Abigail.
May you live to see your world fulfilled. May your destiny be for worlds still to come. And may you trust in generations past and yet to be.
Next.
May your heart be filled with intuition and your words be filled with insight.
May songs of praise ever be upon your tongue, and your vision be on a straight path before you.
May your eyes shine with the light of holy words, and your face reflect the brightness of the heavens.
May your lips speak wisdom and your fulfillment. And your fulfillment be in righteousness, even as you ever yearn to hear the ancient, oh my God, even ever yearn to hear the words, Ancient One of Holiness.
Amen. Thank you all for the wonderful blessings you brought into our temple life and into my life as you shared your children and helped them along the journey. We have some people from temple who want to share some words to our confirmation students, beginning with the chair of our Parents Association, Stephanie Lazarus. Gotta wait, Stephanie, we gotta do first. There you go.
Shabbat Shalom. On behalf of the Parents Association and RTFH, I would like to wish you and your families a mazel tov on your confirmation. You did a wonderful job helping lead tonight's service. You will be receiving this travel menorah as a gift from the Parents Association. We hope that you will use it at Hanukkah and remember all the fun times you've had at RTFH during Hanukkah. Mazel tov.
Thank you, Stephanie. And now, I've known our confirmation class for a long time, but someone who's known them longer than me is our Director of Education, Faye Gilman.
Shabbat Shalom. Looking back at when everybody began, I remember as you walked into the building, running slowly, a little upset, but when you joined us to begin your religious school education. We had been together through opening days, consecration, Hanukkah celebrations, model seders, moving up programs, and B'nai Mitzvah. And now here we are at confirmation. And sorry, parents, right around the corner is high school graduation. It has been wonderful getting to know each of you and your families throughout the years. I am privileged to share with you the confirmation certificate that you will be receiving. I'm going to just throw it up right there with the original artwork by Christopher Blaser that you will each receive shortly. I wish you all mazel tov on your confirmation.
It is one of those circumstances that just work out well that Raphael's bat mitzvah is the same week that the confirmation is being held, and Raphael's father, Christopher, is the one who designed our beautiful new confirmation certificate. So we're going to put all the confirmation students back up on the screen in multiple spotlight. So let's get a chance on that. So this is my chance to talk to the five of you in front of everybody else, but and share some of my reflections on our year together. We learned that Moses went to the top of Mount Sinai to receive the 10 Commandments. And when he was heading up, he said, I'll be back in 40 days and 40 nights. And when it got near to the end of that time, but not the end of the time, the Israelite people freaked out. And sort of like if you're supposed to be in confirmation class at 12 o'clock, at 12:01, the rabbi's having people text you to ask where you are. The people went a little nuts when Moses didn't show up, and they built a golden calf, and things went very badly from there. I'm so glad you are not like the Israelites. Confirmation was supposed to be finished last spring, but you all showed incredible patience in keeping it going to the fall. You were even open to additional confirmation classes. You put up with my jokes, my questions about your life, dealing through Zoom, and dealing with each other. And for the best reasons, to grow as adults, as Jews, as people with better skills to face the world. So you're wondering, what are those skills to face the world? Well, let me tell you. First, you learn to fold a dollar bill into a Torah, which even has the Shema as the center of it right inside it. That's a good skill. You learned how to make idols out of dough, and then more importantly, how to destroy them. You learned about what is murder and what isn't murder, what is stealing and what isn't stealing. You learned from the good place that ending slavery gets 114,292 points afterlife, while failing to disclose camels when selling camels lose 22 points. We made commitments to each other along the way. On our D trip, you all committed to being in certain groups some of the time, and you upheld that deal, as we'll see during our photo montage in a little bit. And you also agreed to the no using your cell phones during programs pact, and then you sought out ways to get each other to break it and lose the pact. We had our challenging moments. For example, arriving in Union Station in DC to discover thousands of teenagers at a Right to Life rally. We had the ever-present struggle of when would Sammy's phone die because it had no battery charge whatsoever. Or we learned the struggle of would Sammy make an appearance on his phone, or would we just see the coffee table for the entire time? And we had that terrible tragedy that one time when they stole our seats in the back of the bus. Now we have a new challenge since last night, and that is whose succulent will last the longest. But we had great support and celebration too. We'll never forget Samara's surprise birthday celebration 2 months before her actual birthday. There was the great blue shirt mac and cheese day that was a particular highlight. And we had special guests all year. Johnny Swish, Big Ounce, Elena Lubacek from Brooklyn, and the guiding words of Travis Scott, the author of the song, No Jacket, No Bitchin'. But it is another song that should be your guide going forth from confirmation. It is a song that we learned from Alana Arian. And I just need a second to get it up.
I will open my eyes. I will open my eyes. I will not look away. I will not look away. I will use this gift I've been given every day. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. Change the world.
What is decidedly true is that you five bring wisdom, kindness, compassion, power to make a difference in the world. You have become teenagers in an extraordinarily difficult time in our world. The current politics, the pandemic, our treatment of others, our care for the world. And each of you can help find ways to make the world a little better. Each of you can, as human beings, as Jews, as young adults, and as members of this extended, long-playing confirmation class, help change the world. Change the world. Thank you for the wonderful year together. I'm looking forward to all that you will do ahead, but I end with one piece of advice for all of you. If you are going to visit Congress, do not bring your laser gun and walkie-talkie with you. I want to especially thank all of our parents of our confirmation class. Thank for your support in getting your child to be part of the class and making it so successful these past 12 months. Mazel tov on raising such excellent kids. Cantor Pincus and I now have a chance to offer a blessing to each of our confirmation students. It is one that I was privileged to share with them at their B'nai Mitzvah. Now we share it on the new journey of Judaism and life. We'll be doing it off screen in a breakout room. The world is full of unexpected moments. A year ago, I never would have imagined I would say I'm doing a blessing off screen in a breakout room. During the blessings, we'll see some photos of our confirmation class throughout the years and during the past year. And the beautiful music provided while we're doing that is from our temple accompanist, Joe Davidian. Cantor and I have the privilege of sharing private blessings with each of these students, but they share public blessings every day with how they treat the world and the best great things they will be making all throughout life. We move from the blessings of our confirmation students to the blessings of those who are in our lives and who we miss so very much. We think now of people who have passed from this earth and body, but whose love and light are always around us, who we always hold close to. As we share a number of names from our temple community, we invite you to share names of anyone who is on your mind, anyone who's in your heart, and especially those who've helped guide us to this moment and these blessings. This week marks the yahrzeit of Irving Adelson, Samuel Alpert, Ralph Berger, Phyllis Kaplane, Ida Collum, Frank Diamond, June Penny Eberlin, Sylvia Freed, Mary Galley, Beatrice Glasser, Renee Gloger, Abraham Goldstein, Harold Goodman, Janice Grad, Max Greenberg, Hattie L. Hamburg, Cyrus C. Hoffman, Eva Hoffman, Nathan Hoffman, Howard Jacoby, Ann Jakovsky, Margaret Katz, Dorothy Krasnow, Basia Kushnerovich, George Kuttner, Samuel Lauder, Arthur Lehman, Laura Lehman, Nathan Levitas, Sandra Buckland Look, Harold Manis, Marjorie May Manson, Manya Margolin, Sophie Marin, Arthur Moskowitz, David Murad, Edward Newman, Danielle Newman, David Rabin, George Resnick, Ida Rosen, Molly Sachs, Heidi Schaefer, Anna Scheidlauer, Jewel Schwabinger, Jerry Schexer, Bertie M. Shore, Maxwell Silver, David Citruk, Sanford Stein, Stanley Stein, Joseph Stolman, Rose Taylor, Harold Zweigaft. We note in sadness the passing this week of Barry Nathanson, father of Lori Kaufman, father-in-law of Greg Kaufman, grandfather of Julia Benjamin and Abigail Kaufman, and the recent passing of Mindy Bloom, sister-in-law of Larry Bloom. We add to these names the names that have filled our chat and that fill our hearts. And as we turn to the mourner's Kaddish, we invite you, if you wish, to unmute yourself and join us in sharing the mourner's Kaddish together, all as one community. So please feel free to unmute yourself and we'll join together. Please rise.
I can't rise. Ouch.
Yitkadal, Yitkadal,
Yitkadal,
Yitkadash, Shmei Madi Rakute, Amlif Malchute, Meichon of Yomeichon, Aid the Paul Base Israel, Love is Man Karib, Imru Amen. Ishmei Rabba Mavarak, Yalam Yomei Almaya, Yitbarak, Bach, Harbi, Bisnase, Bisalev, Yisalev, Shmei the Kudusha, Shalom in Kober Fatav Shirata, Fatav and Emna Anbi Almav Imru Amen. Klama Rabba Mishmaya, Shalenu V'Yachva Yisrael V'Imru Amen. Shalom B'Imroma, Shalom, Inu V'Yachva
Amen.
Amen. Yikes.
May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to every broken heart among us. And let us say,
Amen.
Amen.
Ose shalom bin romav, huyase shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imberu. Amen.
Amen. Please be seated. With some words and on behalf of our confirmation class, we invite Samara Byers.
Throughout this crazy year, the confirmation class of 2020 and I have definitely been through a lot, but we did it together. For helping us along the way and making confirmation fun for all of us, we have many people we would like to thank. First, we want to thank Rabbi for all of his time, effort, support lessons, and constantly making us smile. We would also like to thank Cantor Pincus for helping us with our Torah portions and supporting us through our confirmation. We also greatly appreciate Ms. Gilman and our previous religious school teachers at RTFH for guiding us as well as teaching us about Judaism. We would also like to thank the Parents Association for their gift. For all of the support and love they give us, we would like to thank all of our parents who guided us to where we are today. In return for all the kindness we have received, we would like to give some back by donating a tzedakah box to the temple from our class. Lastly, I would like to thank my 4 other confirmands for their friendship and their many jokes.
Thank you, Samara. The tzedakah box that the confirmation class is donating will one day find its way to the entrance of our sanctuary for people who want to make donations in memory or in love or in any reason for our temple. And now with some announcements is Neil Rosenblatt.
Good evening, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you as always to Rabbi and Cantor, Alan, Alvin, Faye, and our RTFH Tech Squad for all their work behind the scenes that allow us to enjoy services tonight and every night. A big thank you to the amazing Joe Davidian for helping set the stage with his musical stylings this evening and for helping celebrate our confirmation class. A huge mazel tov to Raphael Felbenblasser on becoming a bat mitzvah tomorrow. And of course, congratulations to the entire Felbenblasser family, Christopher, Shari, Eli, and Jacob. We look forward to celebrating with you. If you haven't had a chance to see the incredible testimonials of our 3 Kol Nidre speakers, please make sure to check them out in this week's e-blast. I'm confident that their inspirational words will motivate you to support this year's Kol Nidre campaign. Please join us tonight after services for our first virtual Oneg. It's going to be a tremendous experience, I think and I hope. The link is also in this week's e-blast. Election day is right around the corner, and I would be remiss if I did not remind all of you to take this opportunity to get out and vote. It's not just your constitutionally granted right, it's your responsibility. Sometimes we just have to wait a little longer to celebrate some of life's big events. For our confirmands, they had to wait a few extra months. Unfortunately, we couldn't do it in June, and we're happy to do it here tonight. So to Lawrence and Samara, Betty Rose, Asher, and Sammy, I offer you a big mazel tov on behalf of the congregation. For me, I'm also hoping to do some celebrating and enjoy the end of 32 years of waiting. And as I tend to, I'm going to end tonight with a quote. And this one is slightly selfish and comes from Rock and Roll Hall of Fame singer and songwriter Randy Newman. I love LA. Shabbat Shalom and go Dodgers.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Neil. Tonight we are doing our first ever virtual Oneg. It's going to have some hiccups. It's going to be hard for some people. Think back to March when Zoom was a brand new technology for many of us, and it took us a little while to get in place. Unfortunately, the technology we're using only works if you are on a laptop or a desktop and you use a Chrome browser, which is easily obtainable and free and you can download anywhere. It won't work from Safari or I don't know if you're using Internet Explorer, you got more trouble, or Firefox or Edge. It only works from Chrome. We're going to post the link at the end of the service, so you don't click on it too soon. But to help you out, we have a short video to play to show you how the virtual Oneg will work.
Hey, this is Carl from Gatherly, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about creating and joining video chats on the Gatherly platform. Now, you notice when you first enter a Gatherly event, your screen might look something like this. There's no videos on your screen yet, and you're not in a conversation with anyone. That's because Gatherly is a spatial video chat platform. You notice that on the map in the top right-hand corner, there's a lot of shapes, and you're represented by a diamond. Now, you don't actually enter a video chat conversation with someone until your shape is close to theirs on the map. The way you move is by clicking on the map. That's because this is like a bird's eye view of the room, and in order to start a video chat conversation, you actually have to walk up to someone, just like you need to walk up to someone in real life. Now, let's go ahead and walk up to Lulu and join her and start a conversation. Hey Lulu, now that we've joined our conversation, you notice that on the map, there's 2 circles now. One circle is my conversation with Lulu, the other one is my colleagues, Amon and Jake, in their own conversation. Now, really quick, while you're in a conversation, you notice that there's a couple buttons at the bottom of the screen. Let's take a look at what's going on here. First of all, there's the audio and video mutes, and there's also a couple special buttons. You notice that there's a lock icon, which if I click on it, it turns red. That's because clicking on the lock icon actually locks my conversation with Lulu and prohibits any other people from joining the conversation. Finally, you notice that there's another button, which is the screen share button. If you click on the screen share button, you can share your screen with the people in your conversation. All right, thanks for watching.
So when you enter, it will all be in the same floor, and you click in the map. And if you click on the map, you can make it bigger and you find other people. There'll be lists of people, so you can find someone if you're looking for them, walk around, meet people. But something to note, there's an elevator in the floor. If you click and go into the elevator, you'll be taken to the other floor, and that's what we're calling the confirmation floor. And each of our confirmation families has a table there, which they can go to. And so if you want to find members of a particular confirmation class, that might be a good place to look. So we'll give it a try and see how it goes. Good luck to all of us. And it should be a nice time. We're going to end with a song for peace, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, and then we'll put the link into the chat that you can copy it and use it in your browser.
Are we going to do Motzi? No Motzi?
Grove, leave Motzi, Cantor. Go ahead.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tehavon. For anybody who actually had some bread. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, shalom. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, shalom. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. We hope to see many of you in our GAP virtual Oneg, but for everybody, Shabbat shalom and Mazel Tov to all our confirmands.
Mazel tov.
For anyone who needs it, I just put in the link, and we can, if you need it again, we'll add it back in again. Just let me know.